It is late November. It's evening time. I thought we'd do some magnet fishing out off a place called Cuttings Wharf. It's on the Napa River. It's in between Vallejo and the airport south of Napa. It's an old dock. There used to be a clipper ship there that was tied up and rotted away. And it's a public fishing dock, so those are good for magnet fishing because you get all the modern finds and good stuff that are dropped. So let's hope for a Leatherman or a gun or something fun. There's some sunset. Rainy, cloudy day. I am voyaging in my truck right now in life. It's just sometimes that's what occurs. That's what's going on with me. I am not staying at home currently, so my videos might be coming in, every 5 days in a big chunk. I hope you look around when I do post them, because it's going to be a few at a time. And I appreciate everybody for sticking with me. And the quest will continue. So there's people out here even right now. So we'll have to not disturb any fishermen. But this was Moore's Landing. And it's a bar that's out here at the end of the road, at the edge of the town. Ugh, empty window. And there's been crazy parties there forever and ever and ever. So it was always a cool place. And this is the dock. There's the river, train bridge in the distance. So, Cuttings Wharf. Well, so far this is our finds. It's looking like bolts. There's been wooden docks here before the new plastic ones. And an entire clipper ship that rotted away just right next to it. So these could have been out of it or out of the dock. Oh, totally crusted up. But that's it so far. It's kind of dark out there. I'll let you know if we find anything good. Well, it got really late on me. And those bolts and stuff were the only finds and nothing after that. So we'll have to call this a double parter. And this will be part one. This is where we're at. It's an awesome parking lot though. The rain stopped, moon came out, and it's just kind of calm and warm and balmy. Pretty good night. Got gas for this little trip. 1977 quarter in the change. Year I was born. It's a good start. It's a lucky thing. Gotta follow your omens to the treasure. That looked like the adventure setup or what? I got my heating stove, my metal detector, my bale of straw for sleeping on at night, and my gold pan. No, I'm just kidding. That's for the chickens. But, well, gonna do a little exploring and a little magnet fishing. This is quest for treasure. I'm downtown Napa. This is where Napa Creek comes running in. And this used to be called China Point. I don't know what they're calling it now, but that's where the China camps were back in the 1800s. And when everybody needed the land, they moved the Chinese up by Yountville and pushed out all of their camps there, so you can always mudlark or hunt in the mud there for all kinds of stuff. On the far beach, we have one of the oldest buildings in Napa, and that beach is a great beach for wandering around on. You can find lots of good stuff. And then we got a public dock downriver that sits where these buildings are now. Didn't used to be there when I was growing up. It was an old granary, so it was the main turnaround spot for every ferry since the 1800s and every barge going out to the San Francisco Bay. So this is as far as the dredges would come up. Of course, that's not a drawbridge or anything, and it gets shallower from here. So that was That's where the dredges stopped, and that was the last of the deep water channel, so we'll check that too. But yeah, full disclosure, here on Quest for Treasure. One thing I will say about Napa is that they have their rules, you know? Okay, let's pull it up, see if we got anything on there now. Drug about half the dock. Just said one stripe so far. Oh, look at that. That's not a plant. All sorts of hot rocks on there. But that, it's not precious because it's magnetic. That's still cool, right? So we got a shiny. Looks like some plated stuff. But we're not skunked, so that was one pass down the dock. That's more Napa-ish. That's what we want to see. We want to see gold. Maybe it's just an iron piece with gold wrapped around it. We'll have to look more closely. But we'll take it for now. Okay, let's see what we got on this pole. This is my one-handed technique. We got rocks. Napa's got some magnetic rocks. Holy moly. Almost took my finger off in between those. Okay, we're gonna call it quits on this for this season on this particular bridge. A lot of mud, but at that we managed to pull this little creature. So, not bad. I count it as not a skunkage. Looks like it's actually an earring. Dang. So, that was that. We'll see you next time. Do this hunt. Magnet fishing. We're downtown Napa here on Napa Creek. So I see some standing water in here. And what's cool about this creek is that back in the 1800s it was completely bricked over and all the way up into the 60s. And they tore the top off of it, so the walls are still left there. And they've naturalized it in the last few years and put these new modern high bridges in and changed everything in the world. It's one of those towns that was all rustic and old-fashioned and kind of run down when I was here, and then they turned around and became like super shiny. So I figure we can hit under the bridge against that wall, maybe work our way down and see what's in this puppy real quick. And talk about naturalized. Look at this. This is beaver marks where they felled this tree to make a dam. I don't know if the city of Napa will let them make a dam, but it looks like there's actually beavers in Napa Creek, probably for the first time in a long time in history. So there's a detail. The beavers have been chewing down here. There they are on the side of that one. Awesome. Wild. I was down here, I was doing my first toss, pretty cool. They made it all deep water by kind of changing the creek a little bit. And I noticed this pile of wood here. And I'm like, wow, check this out. And all the bark is stripped off of it. It's chewed on. I hope you can see that. So that's willow bark that's been gathered. So I think we might actually be like right on top of their lodge. See the little slide in? Can you make that out? There's like a little divot there into the water and their heap of stuff. So this might be hollow inside here. So what I'm thinking, Hi, are you looking at me? Get all that work they've done, even in a downtown urban area. They've gathered up stuff. I mean, there's neighborhoods and urban town all around this for a lot of miles. So, pretty cool. There's a detail for you. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Yo, that's right. Yo, that's right.
Let's try right under the bridge. That's always a good thing, right? Right. Do some tosses out here. Ooh. Don't want to get it stuck. These on the bottom pretty clear here. What'd we get? Got something first thing. What is it? It's a hinge and a wrench. So we got, that looks copper. What are you? So we got numbers on it. It says dip me again. 747. And that looks to be some sort of copper that runs down and must attach to iron somehow. Maybe we'll actually save that and give it another look. This hinge. So we got a hinge. Right on. That's cool. It's probably pretty old. You never know. Let's give it another toss. Oh, focus. Okay, we got something heavy on. Gonna try to reel this and not get it snagged. What is it? It's a pipe. Look at that. Oh, that's a good magnet. Pull that puppy up, no problem. God. Clank. So, modern galvanized pipe. Chrome leading off of it. Looks a lot like a shower coming out of a wall, huh? Yep. There's your hot water. We'll take that up and leave it for the recyclers. Oh, still here under the bridge. Just got this. Okay. It is another earring. It's a double earring day. Different bodies of water. But pretty cool. That'll work. Fun, fun, fun. Hang that one on a tree. Okay, so this is kind of a secret. If you're local, don't give this away, because people freak out about beavers and you know how they are about wild animals. Let's relocate them, let's whatever. Check out these trees though. Come on. That's pretty awesome. Don't worry about trees and beavers either. There's enough trees for the few beavers left in the world. You know, I'm out here on the west coast of America where this was the Oregon Territory and everybody was beaver hunting. They became basically almost gone. They were extinct in these areas as far as I'm concerned. But this is the cool part. Here's their mound of sticks, and I was wondering if it was hollow underneath. I was looking over the edge, and it really looks like they've gone into the clay bank. And we were over there under the bridge. I came around here, and I'm like, wait. Notice every single tree out here too has been worked by them. So I was looking at the hole in the ground, and I was like, how deep does this go? Check this out. See that? Call it one more time. Look at my hand. Okay, and I can see down in there. And I live up on a river where they make their dens in the clay and the mud like this. So I'm actually, this is probably a little air hole or something that they've made. But you can see it's huge down in there. So pretty cool. And so underneath this whole thing is probably a big, huge den, because they're pretty big creatures. And so anyhow, sorry I had to get the stuff off the lens. You see where they've been chewing on the grass and hauling that down, so it's got to be pretty cozy in there. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I could put my arm down in there and not touch the bottom. I'm not going to, because the family might be sitting right down there listening to me, but that could be a 6-foot hole with 3-foot tunnels. I mean, you can crawl up them sometimes, leading out to the water in their whole little paradise. Good job.